All right, this week we are decorating our little t-shirt, and I had such a hard time deciding what to do to decorate it that there'll be another video coming up on decorating. So stay tuned and see how this came together and what we're going to have in a future video. All right, deciding how to decorate this t-shirt today was a really hard decision because I've got so many ideas that I want to share with you. So because of that, today is going to be probably a shorter video, but there will be an upcoming video that focuses on a whole bunch of ideas for how to decorate shirts. But I wanted to finish this one off today. What I decided to do was to make an applique out of our shorts fabric. And I made a pattern. I know it's going to be hard to see because we're going to be white on white, but I hand drew a butterfly. I folded a piece of paper in half. I drew my butterfly, half a butterfly, cut it out. It took me about 2 or 3 tries to get one I liked. And I made it about 2 inches by 2 inches, which is a good size for the front of our shirt. So to put this onto our shirt, we're going to use Heat and Bond Ultra Hold. There's a light hold and an ultra hold. I chose Ultra Hold because this doesn't need to be sewn. You just iron it on and it's on for forever. So if you've never used Heat and Bond, we're going to talk about how it works. And I'm not sure, I'll probably repeat this information in the t-shirt in the video dedicated to t-shirt decorating. So you're going to open it up, you're going to find a big sheet. Now you can buy this by the yard in some fabric stores, or you can buy just a yard piece of it in a pre-packaged situation there. So what I like to do, I'm going to cut off enough to use my pattern. And then we'll talk about what this is like. And use your paper scissors on this when you're cutting this part out. So this is a paper-backed fusible web. It means it's glue. We've got a piece of paper here, and that's smooth. It's kind of shiny and smooth. And this side is kind of rough. That's how you tell that's the glue side. So what we're going to do, I need a pencil. I forgot to get that. And I'm working on my ironing board because my table has another project on it, and I don't have room to work over there. So on the back side, on the paper side, I'm going to trace my butterfly. And I like to use a pencil just in case somehow that gets onto my fabric. It won't hurt my fabric. I don't like to use ink on this if I can avoid it. There. Now I've traced around it pretty well. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut on those lines. You can cut this out now or you can cut it out after you iron it on. It's up to you. This way I'm going to end up cutting it out twice, but I think it'll be easier for you to see what I'm doing this way. And this cuts really well. Just like I said, use your paper scissors. Don't use your good fabric scissors because this is paper. It will dull your scissors up. It's another reason for cutting it out now. And be sure that you're cutting the piece down, the fusible web down, not your fabric. Now, throw that part away. And now we're going to take our fabric. Now I've preheated my iron to a medium temperature. I'm going to find a corner, which is a good corner. This is a good corner. We're going to iron a spot. I want to get this nice and smooth, get any moisture that might be in the fabric out. Just get it nice and dry. Then we're going to take our fusible web. Now, this is our glue side, this is our paper side. I'm going to lay that there, and I'm putting it on the back side of the fabric, not the front. And let me consult the instructions. Okay, for 2 seconds. 1001, 1002. That's all it takes. Now, we can get our fabric scissors and we can cut. Now, the main thing to remember when using any fusible product for sewing, whether it's an interfacing, I'm going to cut this out now while I talk, whether it's an interfacing or fusible web or whatever, don't go over the temperature that it says to use. If it tells you medium temperature, don't go to a hot. Because if you go to a hot, if you go too hot, your fusible product, the glue on there, it just disappears. And you don't have any glue left on your fabric. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to get this cut where I can see what I'm doing better. All right, I've got my t-shirt here. I've got my butterfly all cut out. I'm going to use my iron to do two things here, or several things. I'm flattening this out so there's no wrinkles. I'm drying it out with the heat of the iron. And I've got my iron set at for dry, for no steam. Depends on the iron how you do that. Mine, there's just a lever. Now we need to pull off the paper, and this is literally the hardest part of this whole project. Get a hold of it with the pin. I usually use a pin, it makes it a little easier. And now you have to decide where you're going to place this. I'm going to put it right about there. I've got the point of the butterfly pointed at that seam, and I've got it as straight as I can. I've got it laying right there where I want it, because you can't move it once it's down. And we're going to cover it with the iron, and we're going to press for 8 seconds. And that's it. Then kind of check. Whoops. Okay, it didn't get quite there, probably because of the seam. And now that's attached. Now you could add, if you had a fabric pen, you could add some little antenna. I'm just going to leave it like this. So let me go put it on the doll and we'll get a look at how it looks. All right, our t-shirt is finished. I love how that looks. And like I said, there will be another video in the near future just detailing a whole bunch of ways to decorate your doll clothes. So I hope you learned something today. Be sure and check the blog post for any details. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure and do that. And you can hit that little notification bell so you know when I put up a video. And if you leave a like and a comment, that helps the channel grow a lot. So that I would appreciate that. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.